Welcome. Welcome to TIPP, the Illuminate Project Podcast. I'm here with Ryan and Tim, and I'm Marie-France. It's season 2.
Did you miss us?
It's been a while.
Let's be honest. We chatted a lot over the last couple of months.
Should we act like we haven't seen each other since the end of season 1?
Yeah, we haven't talked at all.
What have you guys been up to?
Tim got a dog.
Yeah, what has happened? It's been like 4 months since our last episode launch.
Absolutely.
Well, people watching us on video know that we've launched on YouTube, so that's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like
hard
we
at
had
work
to.
in the background. So it's been, we've kept in touch this whole time, but we missed everybody else, and we missed all the love and interactions we've been having the last little while. But it was, we wanted to sort of rethink how we did season 2. Season 1 was we learned so much, right? From season 1.
It was a journey. We talked
journey.
to a lot of people we knew, people we got to know. It was, we had some eye-opening times, but it's odd being here a year later, launching season 2, because our mindset is so much different than when we started up originally. We had
the world has changed.
in mind. It has. And
It has changed, but there's one thing that hasn't changed. We're still in a goddamn lockdown.
But what we noticed, and I'd like to tell people, one of the reasons we did go to YouTube, another medium, is that we found that people changed, the way people consumed media and content has changed. When we started the podcast, we envisioned people listening to us in their cars and filling,
going to work.
Yeah, for sure. Now no one commutes, so people are not only listening to audio versions of podcasts, but they're also watching video versions. So
and we actually saw that with the TIPP Talks, right? When we did for the event, we did the audio version and the video version, and the videos were getting more hits because I think it's more engaging to see people chatting on a screen.
So what are we expecting for season 2, guys? What can we give some tidbits to everybody about our plans?
Well, I know our mantra of illuminating those that were challenging the status quo. We thought that over, and we thought, the status quo changes daily in the last year in terms of the pandemic. So
it's no longer something we have to push for. Everyone has to do.
Yeah, it's no longer a trend. It's no longer a trend.
So we actually are going to be taking more of a grassroots level to focus on those that are surviving and thriving in the status quo. The status quo changes automatically. So the ones that have been successful the past year are the ones that have pivoted and changed their direction and have adapted to their surroundings. So that's the focus we want to take.
I think we also realized as we were going through season 1, and we had so many great episodes, and we had a lot of high level conversations, kind of out there conversations. We realized that, there's going to be a time and a place to go back to that model, but the people just kind of wanted to hear stories of success and hear what their peers are up to. And so we're looking through our meeting professionals networks and all those we haven't reconnected with. And I think the event brought us back to that, right? We missed everybody, and we saw the power of our community when we did that. So that's why we want to shift the focus for season 2 to hear some of these stories and have a little bit more, keep it a little bit lighter and have some more fun with it. And I know we've got some great guests lined up.
Yeah, we have and so the event, which is the event MPI, which is what we founded back in 2018. They just launched, they just had the virtual edition for the first time. And we really found like there was such a sense of togetherness and we want to carry that forward, that event obviously is close to our hearts, and it's what inspired this podcast. And we want to keep going with that. And at the event, we launched a new product, which, we're also looking at expanding.
Shameless plug.
We love events, we want to be part of them. So we always have this vision of, being on a roadshow podcast at these different events in person. That's going to be a while still, but we came up with the next best thing, which is what we call TIPP Talks.
That's right. And TIPP standing for the Illuminate Project Podcast, as we kind of work through our brand manager here down below. And Tim, he was kind of like, didn't want to confuse the brand too much. So we now refer to ourselves as TIPP.
Well, and TIPP Talks is really about us bringing this style format in a miniature version to events, to highlight different events and raise the engagement level and kind of play with that, the start and finish points of events. They don't always have to start when you arrive on site and finish when people leave. So we've tried to stretch the beginning by, giving people and potential attendees and some insight into your event and insight into the speakers to to create engagement and start that journey a little bit earlier.
Yeah, it's really fun. We love, we love events. So that's where we're always going to circle back onto that. And for those of you who maybe are listening to this podcast, come check us out on YouTube, subscribe. You just have to search the Illuminate Project Podcast and you can actually see some of those tip talks. It's a little gift for you, even if you weren't at the event. It's we spoke with some really amazing people. And I think that's my favorite part is we just get to like you said, we know some people, but we get to meet so many fascinating people and the conversations are so fun. And I love that we're going to continue in season 2 and be able to share those conversations with everybody and learn a lot, kind of help examine what it means to survive or thrive in the status quo and what the status quo even means at this point. So I'm really
what really does suck though in terms of the new format of moving to YouTube is that I now have to do my hair to get ready for these talks. It's just another step.
It really is all about the hair.
It's the
very
shine.
It's
the shine, Tim. I think we need to get you a hat just because that light hits.
Well, it's true. Like the format, like we need to reconsider how we present ourselves now that we're going to be seen, not just heard.
It's a good thing that you guys are pretty charming, because I think it will survive. It'll be good. And and myself, I'm always forever single, looking for my future husband.
I was going to say this is the season we find you a husband on this podcast. We had a lot of handsome gentlemen on season 1, and we're looking out. So if anybody has any guest referrals, aka people looking to settle down with someone from Montreal, we would love to have you on the show.
Gonna scare people coming onto the show. They're gonna feel like they're
it's gonna be hilarious.
The dating game or something.
And what I love about it is video, so we can see MF just blow up beat red every time we talk about it.
It is kind of an inside joke. I'm glad that we've shared it with everybody now. It's awesome.
I think it was pretty obvious, wasn't it, on those shows?
So if you are a future guest and you are single, let us know, because we'll bump you right up to the top of the food chain in terms of when we record. When your episode goes out, you'll be first in line.
Or in all seriousness, if you have a cool story about surviving the status quo, we also want to talk to you. You don't have to come on to flirt with MF.
Yeah. I mean, flirting always helps, guy or girl. It's always fine. We have to have some fun.
Well, we always talk about barstool conversations. What are you doing at a bar? They're flirting, looking for a future husband. So
yeah,
right in line
coming
with
from the 2 sales guys, biggest flirts there are. But
don't know what you're talking
all
about.
Good.
Do we want to give any sneak peeks as to who's coming up, or do you want to keep that for secret?
Well, I think what is worth mentioning is we are looking. We had some amazing guests last season, and I think we might see how we're going to revisit them, because I think a lot of their stories have changed quite a bit. And I think they're perfect examples of how much has transformed this last year. So I think we're going to do a little bit of a throwback in some shape or form. So that'll be fun. You'll see some of your favorites if you from season 1. And I think we have, and we're looking to get some pretty exciting guests, not all from Canada.
Come on, let's drop some hints. Like I see the event.
I said episode 1.
Ryan,
episode 1, clearly talking to the event co-chairs to talk about their success of their shift to virtual. And then after that, we've got some very household names from the event.
Got
industry.
A site selector coming up. We have
a branding expert.
Change to from event site selection to branding. So there's some hints.
Yeah,
to keep you
There'll
guessing.
Be some good hints. Yeah, so it's going to be great, and can't wait for this new format. And welcome any comments and suggestions.
Keep listening. Subscribe to our social media, our YouTube channel. That's the best way to keep up with us. And we're looking forward to season 2.